Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D. What's up, man? Welcome to Friday Share Beer Show for May 12th, 2017. And welcome, man. This is our virtual pub table. Welcome to our virtual pub table, rather. You're more than welcome to bring your favorite adult beverage of choice or just your water or whatever. I've got a stained shirt here. Sorry. I don't know where I got that from, actually, but I didn't get it today or anything. You know what I'm saying? It was like, came out in the wash like that. But in any case, I'm going to start out with the 805 Firestone Walker. You've seen me have this on here before. So I'm going to start out with that. And I was trying to figure out, that's why I'm looking up. I was trying to figure out my lighting. This actually ain't too bad right now. The problem is I had bought this other light and hoped it was going to work. It's not quite working. So I still have to live with this big, massive light above me. It's one of my studio lights. So anyway, I don't want to get all into that. Let's see. So I'll use my Ace of Spades bottle opener today. Ding, ding, ding. And we'll crack open, see what kind of smoke we get. See if we get some Neri smoke out of this bad boy. Hey, head coach, what's up? So let's see what kind of smoke we get, man. Oh, not any smoke at all as far as I can tell, but she kind of spit up on my darn keyboard here, man. See, I didn't have my beer emergency towel right nearby, so that's what happens, man. When you don't practice what you preach. I have the towel right here, though. I just didn't have it actually on my keyboard. And those of you that watched for a long time remember that when I screwed up my last keyboard, man, I actually fried it on a beer review. Yeah, so I think we got the most of it. By the way, I made that video really quick. You can see the pillow over my shoulder here. I had made that video about that, not necessarily getting the pillow, but this creepy card that came in the pillow. Here it is. Remember, I was trying to show you the creepy card, and I read it to you and everything. It turns out my mom sent me the card, and she didn't like text me until like a day later. And she was like, did you get a package? And I'm like, well, yeah, I get tons of packages. What, are you kidding me? And she said, yeah, but did you get one Sunday? And I'm like, yeah, I got a package Sunday. Was that you that sent that package? Why didn't you let me know you were sending me a package? Or called me sooner? Oy. So here's my mother. She sent me the package, that pillow right there. So I went and got a one of those little stuffed pillow deals from the Walmart and stuffed it on in that case, and there we go. So inside the cap, it says properly chill at 805 beer. So I would assume that if you just look up at 805 beer on any sort of social network, that you will probably find them under that. Here we go. It's a basic blonde ale. Nothing that's really gonna, nothing that's gonna really, you know, it's just a good solid lawnmower beer. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more of a mild hop bite to it. That's not even the right word, I guess, but it's not a sweet type of light lager. You know what I'm saying? It's just a really good lawnmower beer. For someone, let's say you know someone that I'm trying to look through some of my beer stories right now. At the same time, I managed to get off work a little extra early, which was good because I had a bunch of stuff I had to do before I started this. So I was able to get that stuff done. And now I'm sitting back and enjoying this beer. I got the fan blowing on me, so it's all good, cooling me off a little bit. But it is just a good, nice, solid, and I think I've covered it on here a few times already. Ooh, as a matter of fact, I better log it. Let me see. Let me share the screen with you really quick. No charge. And then let's see. We'll share the screen, present to everyone. There we go. So we'll go here, go untapped. There we go. There we are. And then let's see, I'll type in 805. Hopefully, yep, there it is. 805 blonde. And you can see we've had 7 check-ins already. So as you can see here, 124,695 ratings at this time, 7 by me. There's about to be 1 more. You can see I gave it 3 stars. It's a good, solid, sessionable blonde ale, man. Just a good light lager. If you want something that's not sweet, you know what I'm saying? Just really good and solid. Hey, Neri, what's up? Oh, you can't hear me yet. But, and then you've got almost 2,000 ratings in the last 30 days, 3.56 bottle caps, 4.7 ABV, 20 IBUs. So it's a definite. As a matter of fact, I've only seen it sold in 12 packs. It comes like in a covered 12-pack box case, and I've only seen it sold like that. So, oh, I already did check in. So now we should have 8 check-ins. There we are, 8 check-ins. See, subtly sweet with sessionable. Oh, subtly sweet and sessionable, formerly known as the honey blonde. I don't really get sweetness out of that. I mean, it's not like. Yeah, I guess you know what I'm saying, but it's not as sweet. So that's what I like about it. It's, you know, just a good. You just want a good everyday beer. This is it. How you doing, Neri? What's up, my friend?
Hello. How's the sound, Joe?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing fine. And just arrived from work, so and time for a beer.
It is time for a beer. Yes, you just arrived from work, and see, I just arrived from work, so we're in the same boat, my friend. Just a few hours different. You're on the better side of a Friday. I'm not quite on that good side of Friday yet. I'm on kind of my Thursday night. You're on a Friday night right now, so afternoon. So. But yeah, grab a beer, man. And what are you wearing there? Is that your Brazil shirt? What shirt is that?
Yeah, it was a Brazil shirt from the last World Championship soccer, and they were selling all these T-shirts with logos from all the countries that participate in the World Soccer. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, Brazil.
Yeah, whatever, huh? Nice shirt.
Yeah, whatever.
cheap shirt, huh? Who cares?
Yeah.
What are you having, man? Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I have something.
Friend?
Hey, you guys.
I have something from a couple of months ago. A colleague of mine gave me a beer to taste it on the Friday show. And it was called Woeste Wolf, Ferocious Wolf. Don't know if you remember it.
I do, yeah, I do actually.
And he also has another beer. It's this one.
Okay, that same brewery. All right.
Yeah, it's called Blonde Pigeon.
Blonde Pigeon. Wow.
Huh.
And that's
in Dutch, blonde. Can you see it or?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he says it's a Pilsner, kind of a Pilsner, 6% ABV. So it's a.
Is that in your native tongue? Is that Blondenschneppel or something like that?
No. His name.
I butchered that.
The name of the brewery is called Smaak, SMAAK.
Yeah, I got that part down.
And it's on tap, but it hasn't had that many ratings because he's only brewing for about 2 years, I think. So.
But it's called Blonde Duck, huh?
No, blonde duif.
Oh, Dove. I'm like, oh.
D-U-Y-F.
Okay.
Duif.
Oh, D-U-Y.
Of niet.
F. D-U-Y-F. Oh, F-E maybe? No? Just F.
D-U-I-F.
Oh, D-U-I-F.
Blonde. Blonde.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm on the right track. There we are. Yeah, it's on Untapped. There we go. Sorry about that.
Do you have it?
Yep, sure do. Yeah, it's. I'm just trying to see if perhaps I might even be able to get the website. Let's see. See if Google.
They have their website.
See if Google will translate this for us. It's still working. That's a crazy Dutch language there, I suppose. So it's still in. Come on, Google, what's up? Let's refresh this again. How come it's not translating, man? It's literally not. There it goes. Fine. There it is.
Yeah, that's him. The yellow one.
Yes.
He's telling it's. Let me take a look what he's telling about it. Blonde Pigeon is a light, medium soft beer, light in color, fruity, and full of taste. So, but I don't know if it got any smoke. So I'm gonna try.
That's pretty good, yeah. Because right here it translated a soft beer. Oh wait, Blonde Pigeon is a light, supple, and soft beer, light in color and pleasant fruity aroma and full of flavor.
Yeah, it's almost like they translated it well. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not they didn't do too bad. Good.
I found it to be a good beer. I had it before, and it was a good beer. So.
Hey King, how you doing? Yeah, let's try it, man. Let's see. Let's see if it's able to maintain the rep for you, man. Hopefully, it's not a reputation destroyer. You know.
I hope not. Here it goes.
Oh my God, man! Look at this.
Yeah, there we go.
This guy just shows off with his big smoke all the time, man.
Big smoke.
Awesome. That guy gets like TV type smoke, man, coming off.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He could be like the official beer pourer for a commercial.
Exactly, man. You're freaking InBev.
He's like a beer model. He's like a hand model.
Yeah. Exactly.
Would be great.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Get paid to pour beer.
Yeah, pour beer, man. That's it. Yeah.
It's a Pilsner with a little of haziness in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, maybe it does have a lot of flavor then, just like they're saying.
Yeah, it's smelling like, smells like between a white beer and a Pilsner, and more like a white beer, like what's it called? Hoegaarden. You know Hoegaarden?
Hoegaarden?
Yeah, it's a Belgian white. The average white beer is Hoegaarden, and you have Biekse Bitte. Never heard of him?
No, not ringing a bell.
But it's fruity. Yeah. It's good. It's sweet, fruity, full. Yeah, it's good.
It's good. That's great. So on Untapped, there's not many ratings on here, but there's still a decent amount. So you got 221 total, 23 in the last 30 days. A 3.37. That's pretty solid for a blonde ale. I mean, that's about, I don't know too many blonde ales that are going to get 4s and above. Huh, Mark? Do you know of any or?
No, not really. I mean, there's There's lots of good ones, but yeah, you don't see them in that 4 to 5 range.
Yeah, there's not. Blonde's not the type of style I would imagine where you're like, oh dear God, this is the best blonde I've ever had in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not like meeting Cheryl. Cheryl's the best blonde you've ever had in your life. You know what I'm saying? Blonde ales, you're not necessarily going to be scoring them, anything above a 4. You give Cheryl, you gave her a 5. She was like incredible, right? Toes curled on that deal. No, you're not. Toes don't curl when you're drinking a blonde ale. Tony might be using that one.
6.
What kind of fruitiness are you getting out of that, Neri? Is that like a citrusy kind of fruity? Is it kind of sweet type fruity? Like are you getting like orange, or is it a fruitiness that's a little more tangy?
It's a little bit more tangy indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit more full than a normal Pilsner. A normal Pilsner for me is always a little thin. And this is a little bit thicker. It's full. It's sweet, like a bit of little bit pineapple, a little bit citrus. It's yeah. I would give it a 3.
Okay, so you're right. You're right in there with it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm finishing up this blonde I'm having right now, and it's about the same thing. You might have seen my rating on this blonde that I'm having. I gave it a 3. It's a solid session blonde lawnmower beer. You know what I'm saying? Nothing offensive about it at all. It's good solid beer. You having anything, Mark? Well, let me get to King's.
Yeah.
King had a story in the chat really quick. He said, here's a funny story. When they brought the Twist Top Budweiser to the UK, I never knew. So this one time I was really trying hard with the bottle opener and cracked the top of the bottle. So he cracked the whole top of the bottle, trying to open it when all he had to do was twist the top off. So yeah, because I don't think you guys overseas were used to twist tops at all, were you? Did you have any before American beer came there? Did you have twist tops in the overseas, Neri, that you can recall?
No, I don't think so. We have. I think we have 2 or 3 beers that have a twist, but no.
But I mean, going back old school, like I think the closest thing you have to that was flip tops. The flip tops might be the closest thing, which is actually a better thing, actually in some ways. And corks maybe. That's about.
Yeah, the flip tops are known. There's only one brand that has the flip top here in Holland, and that's Grolsch.
Yep.
And the other ones have the normal caps, but some of them have a screw. But I don't know which brand are using the screw caps. Not that many. Maybe 2 or 3. Not that familiar beer types. So it's.
Other than that, it was just the can, really. Like the can is the next. But as far as bottles, because I don't imagine that that was really popular until American beer started going. I would imagine that was probably a lot of Europeans' first experience with a twist type cap.
Yeah, but it's also the same story with the IPAs. The IPAs are now big business here. Everyone is talking about the IPAs and getting all kinds of IPAs and trying them. But it's great because I was at this beer fest and all these guys were like, okay, this beer is not good. There's something wrong with the brewing process. But then somebody told them, no man, it's an IPA. And
is it supposed to be this damn bitter? What the hell's going on? Yeah.
because when you I don't know what the English word is, but when you have a problem with the brewing process, it could be that it's too hoppy, and it could be that's a wrong way of brewing. But
Right.
for the IPA, it's good, of course.
I can absolutely see exactly what you're talking about, because for ages, I mean, for centuries, really, I mean, they had been brewing beer in Europe that was sessionable. There was nothing really too crazy about it. And then here comes them crazy Americans with all their crazy hops, brewing all this super hoppy beer, these really grassy beers and these really citrusy beers, the mosaics and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a complete different culture, really, when it comes to, after centuries of this is the way beer is done, boom, we don't change, this is beer, you know. And then all of a sudden you get, and especially with IPAs are just huge. And so yeah, I can absolutely see that, especially coming from such a strong tradition, you know, long heritage tradition of just, this is beer, this is an IPA, this is an IPA, this is what it tastes like, this is this style. Like the, you know, every brewery that would come up and have a particular style of beer, that was it. Boom. Nothing went outside the lines too much.
Yeah.
You know, there was a hard line. If it was a stout, it followed this line. This was it. This is what you expected. This is what you got, right? And then all of a sudden you had these crazy Americans in the 70s that started brewing their crazy IPAs and all their fancy beers and ruined everything, man. All the lines are just a big blur now, man. They look like watercolors. Yeah,
but it was very funny, because we had these guys. They are a member of this Belgian beer group, and the first time they tasted an IPA, they didn't know that it was an IPA, so they were like, "Man, this is not good." So they went to the guy who sold it to them and said, "No, man, this is not good." Oh, there was all this discussion, and afterwards they were saying, "Okay, IPA, never heard of it, but okay, gonna try some more." And now they have what's it called? This hop, Citra hop.
Yeah, Citra, yeah.
And here the Citra hop is very popular.
Oh yeah, no, Citra and Mosaic hops are really blowing up. I mean, and there's variants of those now too. There's, you know, they go different ways now. And I mean, some of these hops will make you swear on a stack of Bibles that this particular fruit or this particular thing is in that beer, and it doesn't exist in that beer at all. It's all the hop. It is amazing what they do. You know, what do you call it, Mark? Replicating flavors in beer.
I mean, it's just the way that the hop flavor is so close to all the.
You'll have a beer and swear there's pineapple in it, for instance, and there's like, no, there's not a damn pineapple touch that beer. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's, you know, you'll swear on a stack of Bibles there's lime in there, and there's like, no, there ain't no lime in there. You know, it's just like with chocolate. They can make a beer. They can do the hops, I mean the malts just right, and you'll swear there's chocolate in there. You know, no chocolate. Now coffee, they do put the coffee in there, but they can get that chocolate.
Oh yeah, no, the malts, the dark roasted malts, yeah, chocolatey is pretty easy to do, I think.
That's the great thing about you know, all these different hop variants. Did we look that up at one time, Marcus? Isn't there well over 100 different hop strands right now? Whoa,
yeah. There's probably a lot more than that now. I know they've come out with a bunch of you know, subfamilies or whatever.
Yeah,
crossbreeding to get different flavor profiles.
I'll get to King's second question here in a second, but let's get to your beer there, Mark.
Okay. Yeah, I picked up. That's 1:30. Day's almost over. So
Yeah.
well, I still got a few hours of work, but I'm gonna have the Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
Oh, Imperial. Okay.
I hadn't seen that. I was talking on Tuesday. Remember saying I had almost all of them except for the Voodoo, the Imperial, and the 8-hop. And I hadn't seen the Imperial in the beer store, but I saw it, and I was like, well, okay, I'll grab it. So I'm going to see if I can do. I got Big Smoke nearing. No, he's not on. I got Big Smoke on Tuesday with that aged beer, so I don't know. But I'm going to open this up and see what we get here. No, not really.
Yeah, man, we just can't hang.
I had my moment of glory on Tuesday with that 7-year-old beer.
And this is the Voodoo. Which one? The
Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
Imperial. Okay.
So I think it's 9%.
Yeah. Let's see. Just now I was able. There's so many different ones. I'm just now able to pull it up here.
I'm gonna take a picture of this thing before I forget. Since I don't know where Sadiq is. Maybe he's. I
don't know. Is he training?
Been on to keep us honest.
Yeah, normally he's our guy.
Yeah.
Keeping us on track here.
Yeah.
Darn it. See, I have to, once they start out with the year, ooh, dude, I did see that beer and I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to show you this. Okay. Now they have this New Belgium juicy watermelon. I seen it and I didn't.
I saw that a couple weeks ago. I think it's still in the store. Yeah.
Oh, it's watermelon with lime ale.
Mm-hmm. That would be really good. I bet this is like that that citradelic, that lime, the Persian lime one I had on Tuesday, the hyper lime or whatever they call it. I bet it's like that with watermelon. That's probably just really, really good.
So here's your Imperial right here.
It's good. It's very good. It's got a nice nice balance of malt and hops.
How's the alcohol in there? You've got, it says New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA is a rare blend of choice hops that creates an explosion of fresh cut pine and citrus flavors for complex, rich, and delicious flavor. The flavor on the aroma, it says strong pine, followed by citrus, grapefruit, and orange.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely pine forward, but you do get the citrus in there, and then the flavor is kind of. Yeah, I mean the flavor is almost kind of the same as the aroma. I mean, it goes pine and it goes right into, but it's slightly sweeter.
Yeah, well, that's good because it says the flavor, initial sweetness moving quickly to bitterness that lingers alongside a pleasing sweetness. Yep.
Yeah. No, this is a very well, sometimes the Imperial IPAs, they kind of get out of whack with the malt. It's almost too sweet. This is, you expect Imperial IPA is going to be a little sweeter, and it is, but it's not sweet. It's maltier without being really sweet. So it's
that's a
good one.
Here's the Untapped, 32,830 ratings on here already.
I give it a 3.8. I'm thinking right around a 4 for me. I mean, it's just that good. It's a very good one. Well, New Belgium usually does a really good job.
You see 4,200 in the last 30 days, 3.8 bottle cap rating on here.
Yeah.
9% ABV. Did they hide that alcohol well?
Well, this has been out of the fridge about half an hour.
So it's a little bit warmer than an IPA.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste boozy. I mean, it is the malt and the hops.
70 IBUs ain't bad for an Imperial. I mean,
it's a nice one. Very, very well done. And the great thing, it was $8.99 for a 6-pack.
Yeah. See, nowadays that ain't bad.
Yeah, because usually regular IPAs would be like, usually the Imperial version of it might be $1 or $2 more. It seems like.
Right.
But New Belgium seems to keep it pretty close. I mean, because that's all those, the Citradelic, the Voodoo, all that stuff is $8.99, and including this Imperial. So that's a very good deal.
Yeah, that's not bad nowadays. Like I said, couple years back, we'd have been singing the blues about that price. But you know,
but now anytime you get anything under $10 for a good for a 6-pack, it's kind
unfortunately right. Isn't that nuts? I mean, even the big boys, Budweiser, Coors, Miller. I mean, they're creeping up there now too, man. A 6-pack of that'll cost you close to $7. You know, and that's, you know, what a lot of us consider the cheap stuff. I don't even ask me what malt liquor sells for. I have no idea. I'm not the authority on malt liquor, that's for sure.
I don't know. I got to imagine a 40 is probably under $5. I would, you know, a typical 40 is probably $3.50 to $5, somewhere in that range.
I mean, it better be, right? I mean, I don't imagine you have malt liquor enthusiasts because
it kind of defeats the whole purpose to have it expensive. You know, I mean, malt liquor exists for one reason.
One reason, man. That's to get you there fast.
That's to make you forget your day very quickly.
Yes, I need to get somewhere and get there fast, right? I need to take, you know, what did you call those jets back in the day? Those really fast ones that would, the corn. What was it? Started with a C, right? The
Concorde.
Concorde, yeah.
Yep.
You need to take I need the Concorde of beers, man, to get me there that fast. Like, I just need something to get me there quick.
You know, I mean, I guess it has its purpose for those that are into it, but I would not pay a lot of money, you know.
No, absolutely not. Hey, Neil, we haven't seen Neil Long in a long time, man. How you doing, my friend? He's from Liverpool.
He's our Liverpool beer guy, Mr. Instagram Beer. Yes. He does lots of stuff on Instagram. So.
Yeah, I see him on Instagram all the time. Now, King, as far as your question, have I ever thought about making a website with beer reviews? Absolutely. I am actually currently in that long process of getting that done. I've been talking about starting this website forever. Probably for years now. And
I think since about like 2012. Takes time.
Yeah. So I've been trying to put this together. Now, as far as long form, as far as writing out reviews, that ain't gonna happen. That's just, I've already got this much time in a day, and I'm squeezing this much into this much time. So that ain't gonna happen. I barely have time to type out emails back to people that I need to email. Like that, even emails take time. So unfortunately, a long form type of thing, and you know what, quite frankly, I don't know how many people read. How many people read these days, really? If you were writing reviews and your review is longer than, I don't know, 140 characters, is anybody gonna read past that these days? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely the beer blogs that do the long form,
that's
but
true.
Really, I mean, I think video beer reviews, that used to be the channel before Google cut it off. But I had the name perfect. But I mean, I think that's really that's a good way to do it, because you get, you know, if somebody actually, like, you get to see what the beer looks like, you get the reaction.
I've just always loved our particular format here. I've always loved doing the videos. You get to actually, it's all those little things that don't get translated into print. You know, the beer blogs are great. I mean, I am subscribed to, dear God, I have subscriptions to probably 12 different beer blogs that I am still the guy that uses RSS feed reader. Okay, so I have all my different beer blogs. That's what I was doing when in the pre-show, was looking through all my beer stories, trying to catch up, and they're good for that. But you're still, even myself, I'm digging through headlines. Really, it's like you know, you just find yourself digging through headlines, and whatever's the most interesting headline, then you'll stop and kind of glance over. And not really reading the whole thing in detail, just trying to, and then you move on to the next thing until you find something that's interesting. So now I'm still stuck on reviews, man. Video reviews is what I do. So, but yeah, no, I am currently trying to make a site, it's just, I don't know, Mark, what do you think? Let's since it's just me and you, let's talk about what would make a good site. So what would you look for? I'm just purely asking you off the top of your head, what would you be looking for in a Joe D Reviews site? Like if you're going to Joe D Reviews site, what are you expecting to see?
I would need to see a smoke rating first. I think that would be important.
You're right.
And if you can get a picture or a video of smoke, that would be best. But at least
I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Rating. I like a 1 to 5.
That has been my thing since day one.
Yeah.
Is the smoke.
You got to do the label too.
Yeah.
You know, especially for cans.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you want to see either a short video or, you know, a link if you do like a Hangout live stream,
right,
or a picture, and then maybe just a real short, you know, like you said, 140 characters, just a real quick thing, you know, that if you wanted to.
Right.
But I mean, I think there definitely needs to be a rating system, and you got to do smoke. I mean, there's just no.
Oh God, I forgot. I wouldn't even thought of that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you could do like you know, like a 1 alarm to 5 alarm smoke rating or something. You know, just something along that line, and then just do flavor, and then you got to give, you know, then it all goes into your thumbs up system.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to get graphics. You know, and then you can just put them together. You know, you can give a 1.5. You know.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah, I love that idea. See, that's why the input is great. Now, I had some of the other ideas on top of what you just said that I've been thinking is there definitely needs to be some sort of calendar on there so you can tell when there's a show, some sort of thing on there so you can see when we're live. Maybe you can see the live feed on the site.
Yeah, if you can get a way for it to update. There's probably a plug-in or something.
I would imagine.
Live, just something pops up on the homepage. So if somebody happens to be there, maybe there's like an alert, you know. But yeah, definitely a calendar with the share beers.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Something so you know people
Tuesday,
can
Friday.
Exactly. And then I love the live chat thing. So I'm thinking some sort of form or some sort of chat. So the thing's gotten a real complicated in my head. And I'm like, and I didn't even think about the smoke. That absolutely has to be there, doesn't it?
You gotta do a smoke rating. I don't know how you do it.
Oh my God, yeah, I don't know how. So I'm already thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna have to. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to just hire someone to get it started, and then maybe I can, you know.
Do you have the? Do you have a domain? Is it Joe D Reviews? Is that
I have a domain. I haven't said what it is because
that's fine.
you know, I don't want people like trying to get there and it's not up yet.
Is it through did you get it through Google domains?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Link, they have they've got Google sites. Have you poked around with that a little bit?
No.
Check on that. I mean, the option, you could obviously you can have it go wherever. I mean, I've got the domain. You could do. I mean, the options are probably going to be like a WordPress, you know, where you get the hosting. You got to find a host for that.
Yeah.
And then, or you could do something like a Squarespace.
Yeah, I looked at Squarespace too.
Even like a Blogger. You could do a free thing through like Google Blogger.
Yeah.
And I think you can do a custom domain there. The only thing I'd make sure of, whatever you do, is make sure if you wanted to change, you could actually like export your content. You know, if you decided to switch platforms, you know, you don't want to lose all that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think you can do that with Blogger. That's probably. But if not, then you go to someplace like a Squarespace or or like a HostGator or something, and have them host the WordPress. WordPress is free, but then the challenge is WordPress. What theme do you use, and all the plugins and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's been overwhelming me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get in there. I'll like maybe on a given weekend I'll have a couple hours and I'll be okay. Let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that was this past weekend. This past weekend was all about Squarespace and trying to figure out something in Squarespace that'll work. And then also like something that ties into my photography as well. Like, you know, so I didn't want just one site. I wanted 2 sites, but so they're not too far apart. And then I thought, well, my last thought was for this weekend, maybe playing around with Facebook a little bit, actually, like kind of backpedaling a little bit. And I'm thinking, well, maybe because I already have my page for my photography, and I thought, well, I wonder if Facebook. So I am going to explore that option. Actually, I'm probably going to end up backpedaling and just exploring that option for the beer. And if just having a Facebook page will get me there, or even close, then I might just stick with that for a little bit. I mean, because that's free. You know?
I've said, you know me, for the last few years, I never used Facebook, and I don't. But now, since I have done my own financial planning firm, I've set up a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And now I'm figuring out how to use that. So what I do is I've got my website, which I use Squarespace for, and I'm trying to figure out, so I'm writing blog posts for that, and then sharing it on the Facebook page, and then sharing it to the Twitter, and trying to put it all together. So when I write a post or do something, I can push it to all those other places, push it to Facebook.
Now, when you're doing all that, that takes what, an hour?
Well, it does. I think there's a way to, within Squarespace, like when I set up everything in there, the blog page feature, you can link social media accounts to it. So when you post, have it automatically update. And I can do that. I've got it set up, but I haven't got it turned on, because a lot of times when I update, I want to add a little comment or something. And that's kind of custom. So I end up just doing the blog post and then maybe going back either an hour or two later or something and going to the social media ones that I want to update, and then just doing a post. Like go to Facebook, do a post, put the link to the blog post, and then send it out that way. But for something like you with a beer review or something like that, whether it's WordPress or Squarespace, you can have, there's way to you just link it to whatever account you want to link it to, and then it'll push it. You do a post one place, and then it'll show up all the other places that you want it to show up.
It is important, and I'm really, really recognizing that now, especially since being out of the hotel, which still ain't even a year yet. It hasn't been a year yet since I've been out of the hotel, but and I've already seeing a lot of positive growth the way that I want it, and I'm already seeing that, and I love that. I get a lot of feedback in email, whether I talk about it or not, I do, and I see the value of a website now. I see how it's hurting me. You know what I'm saying? So when I do say it now, I actually do 100% mean it, because I do recognize that it's hurting me now. Like before, it kind of wasn't, but now it really is hurting me. I haven't got a lot of breweries contacted me as much as they were. I've had a couple in the last couple of weeks contact me. The problem is a lot of them aren't following through like they used to either.
Because there's a lot more. They're reaching out to a lot more people now, whereas 5 or 6 years ago, that might be a few people that they reach out to. Now there's hundreds of people doing this. At one level or another. So they send out a bunch of people, and
they're saying they're going to send samples, and then they never, I never get samples. Which is fine. That's not what it's all about. But I've been getting a lot of companies lately that don't quite fit. You know what I'm saying? And if the goal was just to get free stuff, that's one thing, right? You're like, okay, just give me free crap, and that's not. It's gotta fit. You know what I'm saying? Like my recent thing was this company, and I emailed them back and let them know, that's just not. It's not a good fit. Hopefully in the future we can work on something together. You know what I'm saying? But it was energy drinks, and I don't drink energy drinks. I don't drink. I've had 3 in my life. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's 3 more than I've had. I've never had an energy drink.
Yeah, I just don't.
I've never had a Red Bull or anything like that. I'm like, no,
I know Ruben has. He's one of the few on here that has, or drinks them on a regular. I don't. It's not because of health reasons or anything. the few that I've tried, I never liked, and that was it for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know, so I'm like, yeah, energy drink just ain't a good fit. It's not. It doesn't have to be necessarily beer related, but that, you know, that was one of the other things. And then some of these other little, I don't even know what kind of gadgets, some of these other little gadgets that I've been emailed about. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not a good fit, man. Like, I don't think there was anybody in my audience that would buy any of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you know, but
no, I mean, I think if you hear everybody say you got to pick one spot where everything goes or comes from, you know, and for most people it's a what, you know, they either pick Facebook or a website or, you know, something like that, and everything just comes out of that one spot. So if you do something on your website, that's where it goes first, and then it goes out to other places with links back to your website. I mean, that's how you get the visitors.
Right.
You know.
So yeah, I might just have to. I've had in the past, and it wasn't too terribly long ago, I've had some rough estimates from some local guys that do that sort of thing. You know, getting it started for me type thing, and then I could update it. You know, because I don't want to give control to somebody, but I could see. Well, it's just like this house. Like someone builds this house for you, you move in it, you maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be the same principle, really. Someone would build me a house on the internet, and then I just move in. You know what I'm saying?
Here are the keys.
Here's the keys, and then I hang curtains, and I hang some images, and you know what I'm saying? And it's all good. Then it's mine. You know? Oh yeah, gee, you know. Oh. Ooh, by the way, photography talk. All yous that don't like photography, tune out now. Let me tell you. Dude, I got those prints from Bay Photo.
Oh, you got them quick then, huh?
Oh my God, they came yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They came yesterday. I ordered them last Thursday. They came this Thursday.
Oh, 1 week.
Oh my God, Mark! Easily the best on anybody that wants to see any sort of preview of what those new prints look like. Tune into Mark's show Sunday, and you're gonna have a show Sunday, right? And then after that, you're off.
It's gonna be the mother of all shows.
The mother load of all shows. The mother load of all photography shows will be on YouTube Sunday.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Yeah, that'd be cool. Definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing that because I want to print out. I've got some good images now, and I've spent some time going through and taking a look at stuff, and I was like, there's some good ones I could print out big, and
the ones I got are, you know, for me aren't too terribly big. 20 by 40 is a very manageable size. It's not.
Oh, that's a good size though. Yeah.
If people aren't used to printing, that's going to sound big. It's not. It's not. I mean, a 20 by 40 is not. It's not really that big. Everybody has a wall. Most people in their apartment, for Christ's sake, have a wall that'll support a 20 by 40.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mark, it's the way that it mounts on the wall and it's floating off the wall is just insane. It looks so much like an art gallery.
Okay, cool.
The black and white is just stunning. The blacks are so perfectly black. So deep black, and this really flat, matte, satiny, kind of valvey type of finish to it. Oh my God, it's just
that'd be cool. I'd like to see that because that's I mean, I think it would be perfect. Well, it'd be good for color too, but yeah, if they can print out the black and whites the way they need to be printed without any, because sometimes, I mean, I've gotten some black and whites printed done at Costco, and 80% of them come out fantastic, but the other 20%, there's just a little hint of some color. You know what I'm saying? The blacks aren't quite as dark, or the grays aren't quite as gray. It's still great, but I mean, you can notice some variation. So if they can just print it out where the blacks are black, you know, and there's no bleed of any other color. It's either black or gray. You know,
the print was pretty much exactly the way I had it on my screen. It was the one of them was just a shade darker than I had intended,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see I know what I did wrong with that image, because the other one was spot on. The other one was boom, spot on. But
Yeah.
one of them was just a shade darker, but I still really love it. And
Okay.
you know the type of work I'm producing.
Mhm.
It's art nudes, using the
Mhm.
human body in its art form, and it's just, oh my God.
And it's all you download the software and everything. It's a
Yeah.
download from Bayphoto. So you put it on your computer,
Right.
and then you dump the files in that you want, and you tweak them and do everything and send it off right from there, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was.
So it's all loaded with the printer profiles and everything for Bayphoto. So when you put the photo in there, it sends it, and it's going to print the best way that they can print it, given what they got.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
and they'll correct it for you too if you want them to.
Okay. All right.
There's a myriad of options in there.
Okay. Cool.
And when you set up your account, you can even set up your payment options and everything. So when you do go to buy something, they have your card on file, everything, boom. So you literally it's just go.
Cool. Yeah. Well, if you want to, you can take some time on Sunday to kind of show how that work looks on the system and what it looks like, because I mean, everybody that's into photography and likes to print, and that's something I haven't done enough of, is print out. And I've got a lot of. I spent some time this past week going through and looking. I was like, yeah, I've got some.
Oh yeah.
I need to print out large. Give to people or put on the wall or something.
Yeah.
Because it looks fine on the screen, but it would look really nice printed out.
Yeah. I mean, I took a couple of pictures of them on the wall mounted, but it's one of those things you just have to see. I've printed a lot, and I have. I print a lot.
Yeah,
and
you print more than most photographers, I think.
Probably, maybe not. At least more than your average guy, I suppose. Average photographer, but these are just stunning, man. I will definitely be ordering more.
That's cool.
But so let me get to my last beer here. It's from Black House in San Diego, Modern Times beer. It's their nitro with coffee, coconut, and coca. So this is their.
So is it a porter?
It's a
Or is it a stout?
Ooh! I didn't even see the back here. I love this. Oh, I love what they did here. This is a what style is this? Is this But anyway, you know how we've talked a little bit about let me type this up here on the computer so we can discuss this. Right,
I think it would either be a brown ale, a stout, or a porter.
Right, one of them, right?
It's an IPA brewed with coconut and coffee. Well, yeah, there's probably somebody that's done that, I'm sure.
Black House Nitro. Wow, it's right up here, huh? Modern Times. Why ain't that something? It popped right up here. Let me see. Wait, beer. Untapped. Wow, it's untapped right here. Wow, ain't that something? Where's the website? Let me see. Modern Times. Oh, wow. You know what? No wonder. So they consider it a stout on Untapped. So here, let me show you what I've got first, and then I'll show you what's on Untapped. They consider it a stout. Now, we've talked about with some stouts, when it comes to the coffee and when it comes to some of these other ingredients, they need to be a little more specific. This one is. Love it. I'm giving them much props, man. They've got their SRM rating on here, or the black rating. So that tells you how black it is. The IBUs are on here. The final gravity's on here. You've got 75% Ethiopia. What is that? Hambella, right? So that's the coffee. 25% Sumatra. What is that? Manhandling or something? Manhandling.
Yeah.
So they get real specific about what style of coffee you're going to
That's
expect
cool.
in this beer.
Cool.
So
it's not like they're dumping Folgers in there. I mean, they're doing
exactly right. You know,
Mrs. Olson, brewed by Mrs. Olson.
Right. You know, so this is great. Now.
Yeah,
Let me see.
that makes
Black
sense.
House. No, I've got a little bit of a label covering part of this. So let me try to peel back some of this because they give a decent description here on the can. This Black House. This is Black House, our beloved oatmeal coffee stout, nitrogened and packaged to the gills with coconut and coca nibs. The result is a delicate symphony of chocolate and coffee laced with luscious notes of coconut and a mouthfeel so luxurious it's like drinking a velvet painting. Oh my God, we were just talking about that. It's a stunning display of liquid elegance, best enjoyed while wearing your sauciest smoking jacket. Pour hard for a proper head. So. I love that. Now, I thought I read something on here that they actually have their own, and it gives the same description here on Untapped. Let me pour this beer. Let's see if we get some good smoke or at least hear the nitrogen. Ooh, decent smoke. I didn't hear the nitrogen, though, but we'll give it that hard pour they're talking about.
Oh, yeah. There you go. The waterfall.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
Yep. That's very nice. Nice. That's a dark beer. Stout dark.
That is stout dark. I love that tan head. Look at that. It is just beautiful.
It looks like a Guinness. You got it in the right glass.
I've got it in a Guinness glass, and trust me, this is better than a Guinness, but just the smell, even from right here, you're definitely getting some chocolate, some of that not that semi-sweet, that baker's type of that chocolate, slightly bitter type of chocolate smell, that nice coffee smell, the Sumatra. Now, I am not really good right now at picking the difference between the Sumatra and the Ethiopian. I don't know if I can necessarily decipher between the two. But this gives me something to work towards. You know what I'm saying? This gives me something to work towards. I love that they did that. As far as I can recall, that's the first beer that's done this, and this is the way it needs to be done. I'm going to give them mad props for that right now.
Yeah. That's good.
Black House out of San Diego right here, man. So I'm going to give them mad props for that right now. The smell is incredible.
Yep. I imagine it's probably.
That is good, man. That is good. It finishes just a little thin. It's kind of a medium to light-bodied stout. It's not super weighty for a stout. But I love that coffee and that coca stays with you a little bit. I like that. It's staying there on the roof of my mouth a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just for a little, just not overbearing. It's just for a little bit, you know. Oh man, and the body of the beer that you're getting some head in your drink as well.
There we go.
So you're getting some.
Getting some head. Getting some head.
You're getting some head.
Foam. I don't know if that's even better.
Yeah.
You're getting some bubbles.
You're getting the creamy head in your mouth. So it's adding to the mouthful of the beer, right? Which is another sense, and that adds to the experience. And so,
that's the nitrogen. That's what it does.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, it's adding that creaminess to the beer. And this beer's been sitting out here the whole show, so it's pretty much room temperature right now. But I really enjoy it. Now, if you had it a little more chilled, that I would imagine would do something different to the beer. I imagine that maybe some of that thinness that it's finishing with, that might help that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe firm it up a little bit. But I have to say, man, they're giving it, and I'll show the Untapped now really quick before we have to go. 5,416 ratings, 437 in the last 30 days, 5.8% ABV, 40 IBUs. It gets a 4.02 bottle caps, man. This is a solid beer, man.
Yeah.
We have not seen, San Diego is basically the opposite of Boston or the opposite of Massachusetts, and they just brew fantastic beers in San Diego.
Yeah.
Everything we see our friend Tom jump in with out of the Northeast is fantastic, and this is another very well done San Diego beer. San Diego's just so many. Ooh! I didn't take a picture. Damn it! Good thing I got more beer in here.
I forgot. Sorry.
Oh, I almost. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I almost blew it, man. I almost blew it. God. Nick of time here. Whew. Okay, there we go. I have half a glass, so I'll post that in a little bit, but I would have to give it the same rating as well. I mean, it's a solid 4. I mean, even 4.25. I'll probably give it 4.25. It is just delicious. I'm glad I got more of this. I will post a true review of it. But man, that is good. Love it. Love it, man. That is, it goes down really good. Let me see if anybody had anything in the chat here. Neil said a lot of stuff. So did King. Oh, how do we know each other? How do me and Mark know each other? Well, me and Mark met here on YouTube.
Yeah, we did, like almost 8 years ago, probably.
Yeah. We Mark was a beer reviewer, and I reviewed beers, and we got together on the Share Beer. I think even before Share Beer, we kind of were friendly with each other a little bit, as far as just, you know.
Yeah, like back and forth, like video. I mean, looking at stuff on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
And
no, I don't know. I mean, you had done. I don't know if you were officially numbering Share Beers at that point, but it was probably like Share Beer 5 or 6 or something.
Right. It was pretty. I had already started the Share Beer, and it was funny because when I started the Share Beer, got a lot of negative feedback right away, like just naysayers saying, you know, how stupid it was. Basically, basically. But what ended up happening was a lot of people jumped in. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, because there wasn't anything else like it, and we weren't on Google Plus. We were on another platform. But Mark has been, I mean, since the very, very early days of the show.
All the different things. Yeah. Stickcam, Skype.
Yep.
Vimeo, we were on there for a while. Google, I mean, we've been on Google Plus for like 5 years probably since they came about.
I think it's going on 6, but
but
it's definitely
before that. It was like 3 or 4 other different, wherever we could find a place that would have some kind of streaming video.
You know, and God, I don't want to go into all that, but at the same time, you know, until Google Plus started this, and of course now we're on another platform, really, because Google Plus threw it on to YouTube, which I think is probably a better, more permanent home, I would imagine. But until Google Plus started, there was nowhere that was solid. Everything was a joke. Like, everything was streamed horribly. And it was a matter of putting this with that in order to get what you needed. It was crazy.
I mean, yeah, we went for almost, maybe not a year, but a long time where we did Stickcam for the video, and Skype for the audio, right? Yeah. So you'd have to log into Stickcam, and then you'd have to log into Skype. I mean, it worked, but it was kind of ass backwards how it did it.
You know, we did what we had to do, and what was funny was it just, those were the good old days too. Those were some good times. We had a lot of fun making those shows, and a lot of those shows were, I think we're all kind of better for them not being recorded.
Yes, we are.
But no, that's how we met. That's how me and Mark met, was actually on Share a Beer. So the very, very early days of Share a Beer, we had some insanely loyal people in those early days, because you had to be. I mean, if you,
yeah,
and maybe that might have been part of the charm of it, was that it wasn't easy to get on. It wasn't, how do you find it? How do you get on? How do you, it was tough. It wasn't easy. And there was a lot of fail. There was a lot of the stream would just bust and everything would just go to hell. And Google Plus came, man, and I remember us talking about it. Hey, I heard about this thing, Google Plus, and we should check it out. And once we first tried it, that was the answer. We were like, that was it. We're done with everything.
We've had some problems here and there, but generally, I mean, it's been much more reliable.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, we get out of it what we need to get out of it. You know, it does the job more than 90% now. I mean, the first couple of years was a little rougher, but the last 3 or 4 years.
And now, what was it?
It's more just individual people, not necessarily, well, except for Zach. Google just hates Zach, so they're not going to.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with Zach, but yeah, that's yeah. So King, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, we are. Yeah, God, it's been going on 10 years now, Mark?
Getting pretty close. Like 8 years, yeah.
So it's been a little while, but yeah, to me it feels like Mark's just always been there, because it was very, very few shows without Mark. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's been I kind of just built it into my schedule. Tuesday night. That's just it's like you set your alarm clock in the morning. Tuesday night, Share a Beer.
It's so funny too, because it's a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is on myself. I don't think a normal person would do this. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's basically like getting up at 3:30 in the morning to host this darn show. And it just I started it basically for my schedule. I work at night, so it's basically 4 in the morning for me when I start the show on Tuesdays. But it's just something that's embedded in you now. Like, as a matter of fact, I have people around me, right, that real life people that are in my life, and they'll be like, man, what happened, this and that, and I'm like, it was Tuesday, bro. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I know people like, oh, well, we need to talk, but I'm going to call you Tuesday, but it's going to have to be after Share a Beer.
I mean, it's like so embedded in your life that everybody in your life knows that for that hour I'm busy. That is my hour. Yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they know that Tuesdays is just do it. Let's do it Monday, Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Tuesday from 7 to 8. Yep, Share a Beer.
Exactly. So that's how we met. Thank you, King. Neil, great seeing you on here, man. Yeah. I mean, Neil's a long-time friend of the show as well. Yeah. And Earth, as always, man. Earth is solid. We love Earth here too. And head coach, man.
Yep. He's
good, man. Love him. So, all right, guys. We'll see you, man. Thanks, Mark, once again for joining in.
Sunday. Yep.
And Neri, man, I don't know what happened to Neri. Just he.
I think the boss came in and told him he needed to do something.
Yeah, I think he got the old hook, man. Yeah, he got the hook.
You got to do that. You can't. Yeah. Hey.
You got to please the boss, man.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Most of us have
beer. That's right. It's only beer.
Yeah, exactly. It's only beer. We're only a few guys that aren't real. We're not real guys. We're just stuff on the computer screen.
It's all AI. Don't even. We're not real. It's just all AI.
We're not real. But that boss that's giving you the hook is. So yeah, you got to mind that right there, man. Okay. Thank you guys. We're out of here.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see you, man. Peace out.
Bye.